I am Chris Wood because I'm a 3.5 year revenge retaliation victim and I cannot do anything about it. My full brain injuring, skull deforming, identity theft and changes, lung and kidney damages, false arresting, kidnapping, sex assault, medical blacklisting, treatment refusals, file falsifications, having me falsely arrested to prevent anything legal on doctors for co-committing and covering up crimes with and for OPP. I'm the victim of 3.5 year revenge retaliation for speaking of their crimes since 2019. My mother was stalked and killed. My two dogs were also killed. I've been severely brain injured, skull split, and I have not been able to do anything about it. I was recently charged again twice from the hospital to prevent anything legal on them under the guise of harassment, which was just me demanding my medical rights for them committing crimes against me and wanting them arrested and charged. So, in an attempt to get out of it, they did it to me. They're guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit and cover it up with criminal negligence since 2019. CEO Wayne Covyduck, Administration, Patient Relations, Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, Name and file falsifier, medical blacklister, file girlfriend of Stacy, Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, triage nurses Terry, Tanya, David. They are all criminally and negligently involved in co-committing and covering up crimes with and for the hospital. For OPP Spencer Mills 14716, now allegedly Aurelia, Staff Sergeants years 2019-2021, kidnapping and sex assault, ex-chief or commander year 2019, guilty of having me shot not by a bullet but by something that went into my right ear. It was in August of 2019 at my previous address on the corner of Center and Bridge. Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy, a mental health worker, was Daily Tea Company here in Napanee, now Kingston. She left to further distance herself from this crime and also in hopes of deniability. And Shelley Hafner or Huffner. She is the one that arranged my kidnapping through a Judge Chappelle, May 27, 2021, 24 hours after me asking for help with what has taken place with me. And the reason this is going on is because I spoke police crimes, the human homeless trafficking, and the homeless exploitation for monetary gains out of a place called the Morning Star Mission here in Napanee. And I became a target after that. Criminal stalking, false arresting, lies, time buying, cover ups, doing everything until time has been bought, damage is done, and it pretty much is. My identity theft is finished. My brain fuck on me is finished. You split the right side of my skull completely and totally fucked me, kept me from help. Now my left side is being screwed on me, is being injured. I'm completely numb. I have no feeling or stimulation in my brain or my head in any way, shape, or form. I have remote neuromonitoring being used on me, and it is OPP, police and military tech, nano microchip implant, and that's what I was shot with by ex-OPP chief. And it also enables for invasive surveillance, and I have it being used on me by human trafficking pieces of shit junkies who are using it for invasive surveillance and using it like parasitic fucking leeches that they are, seriously injuring me and committing homicides for OPP revenge. This is how they're going about murdering people with this tech and using these other pieces of shit to play Pontius Pilate to get away with it. one known as Billy Waldridge, harboring fucking wanted sex offender inmates, escapees, and using them to commit homicides and identity thefts for you and for himself. This is also about framing me with this identity theft and this is why I was arrested and kidnapped for my piss and blood, and also falsely arrested to charge me and also get my pictures, print signatures, and everything else needed for identity theft. And I won't be proven wrong, right, Spencer Mills? This is mostly being done to me by three little pieces of shit. Tyler Lake, he's approximately 25 years old. Jason Gimpy, two-step Van Alstyne. Excuse me, he's probably only 30, 35. A meth head and a crackhead, Blair Hardy, he's a rape hound. Drug lacer, drug trafficker, has a meth lab in Tweed. Guilty of multiple homicides, along with Billy Waldridge, or the one known as the inmate escapee, now bald glasses. He lives here in Napanee at 149 Center Street North. He frequents a place called the Loaf and Ale and coffee cravings. Highly fucking psychotic. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. I'm 50, he's in his 60s or 70s. There's no possible way. He also thinks that he is my dad and that he is Harry Potter as well. And when he was stalking my mother, he was calling my mother Mom. He was phoning her on the phone, threatening her life and mine to her through her before he actually killed her from using the R&M on her. From the EMFs, the radiation, it caused tumors, it caused cancer, it caused my mother's death, and it was with criminal intent to get away with what they're doing to me. And OPP has been involved, the one's name, since the beginning, along with the doctors who have been aiding in this since the beginning. While having to answer for nothing, they even have a justice of the peace here to aid them in crimes and obstruct for them, aid them in obstructing, making accusations of being high on marijuana and hallucinating, being sodomized because it was done through the cops and her boss, Billy Waldridge, or the one known as. So, no matter what you can do to prove your crimes here in Napanee, it will do no good, especially if you're poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. Once they cast their lies on you and they know you cannot get medical help, legal help, you're fucked. This is how they're assuring their crimes above suspicion while still committing murders and being behind all of it. The cops, you think you know, they're dirty, rotten pieces of shit. They're guilty of domestic terrorism, human rights violations, legal rights violations, of course. Treason, you're guilty of. You're using military tech to commit homicides and sex offenses with, because it enables invasive surveillance, being able to see through the victim's eyes and ears, while also destroying and mutilating them from the inside, and then using lies against your victims about being suicidal, self-harmers, or on drugs or whatever. So that way, when you're injuring them and torturing them and you're murdering them, you can use that narrative as a means in hopes to get away with the crimes, to be above suspicion once again of homicides, while labeling as being overdoses or suicide or whatever the case may be, hoping that your positions and badges and credentials will keep you above suspicion that you're actually the ones that are guilty of causing the death. The OPP, you think you know. Families are murdered and missing. It is the police. Kidnapping children and adults as well. It is the police. It is the doctors here that are committing crimes and aiding them in their crimes, along with other pieces of shit, for drop charges, for free drugs, for money. Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Jason Van Alstyne, Tyler T. Baglake. They're also guilty of murdering my dog as well, with a guy named Ray Ray that lives here on East and Dundas Street behind Mamma Mia's Pizzeria. He's a piece of shit fucking child grooming loser. So, 3.5 years of going through this, there's nothing I can do. My whole fucking side of my head is completely swelled up. I've had serious changes to my skull and to my face and to my identity. So you've assured this fucking crime, but I'm not taking a fall for any of you lowlives in one way or another. Tyler Lake, Van Alstyne, and the rest of you OPP cocksuckers who are doing this for him, you are going to answer for it, and you are going to pay for it legally. As of right now, OPP and Lennox and Addington Hospital, you owe me millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars for what you've done to me, to frame me, to traffic me, and to murder me as a one-harbored sex offender. You're a fucking loser, piece of shit, garbage, Spencer Mills, and so is the rest of the OPP, aiding in your fucking crimes, bringing in new recruits to you can give orders to aid you in your crimes. Unquestionably, another way you're getting away with it. I can prove my words and I can prove your crimes, you fucking terrorists. Damage is done, times bought, you lobotomizing pieces of shit. Turning me into a fucking dummy that looks like Billy Waldridge and the rest of these other fucking drug addict, junkie, cocksucking fucking lowlives for your benefit. Good going. I guarantee I'm not the only one. You've probably murdered many bloodlines, OPP, right here and got away with it. Because I'm the end of mine, you fuck toys. You pieces of shit.